Let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted to be a K-pop idol? I think at some point in our time of being a K-pop fan, we might have dreamed to be an idol, performing on music shows and having thousands of fans screaming your name and showering you with lots of love. But as we all know, there is a dark side to this industry, which is the inhumane things that all idols have to go through. And in today's video, I'll be presenting to you a new series on the hardships that all idols have to go through, from the trainee period to when they debut and even after that. In today's video, we'll be covering the strict training that all idols have to go through to become a K-pop idol. I hope you'll enjoy it, and with that out of the way, presenting to you this video essay. After the audition, every idol has to go through a training process. How long you have to do this process isn't really clear. It can be 3 years, 10 years, or even a day. This process is mainly to improve the skills of the idol, but it is more known for being inhumane and heartless. Many idols have come out saying about their horrible experience with being a trainee, from the tight schedules that can affect the mental health of the trainee to even body shaming. These companies won't stop at anything. Life of a trainee can be hard, especially because of the tight schedules that these trainees have to follow. It depends on a company and how much hours they'll train their trainees, but it's usually more than 10 hours, usually starting from 5 a.m. in the morning to 10 p.m. at night. Because of these tight schedules, a lot of trainees do not get the required sleep time that a healthy person needs, not to mention how they're told to practice all day without much sleep, and the lack of sleep can cause serious health conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, heart failure, and many more. And it gets worse if you're a student, when you have to juggle being a student and a trainee at the same time. I can't really imagine how that they can do all of this. Before I go into this part of the video, I do want to say some trigger warnings. If you're sensitive to any of the topics shown on the screen, then just skip to this timestamp. Thank you so much for listening, and now back to the video. Korean beauty standards have become more and more popular worldwide. I'm probably sure you have seen those videos on if blank idol fits the Korean beauty standards. It's known for being one of the strictest beauty standards in the world, as not even idols who are insanely beautiful can fit the standard 100%. One of the beauty standards in Korea is to be 50 kg or less. If you are anywhere more than this weight, then you're seen as overweight, fat, or chubby. This weight, which is not only very unachievable but also very unhealthy. But the trainees have to do anything to achieve this amount of weight, because if they don't, they might be kicked out of the company. So how do they achieve this? By dieting, obviously. There was something that one of the YouTubers I love to watch said in her video, and I agree with that 100%, which is that in K-pop, diets aren't diets, it's more like starvation. To lose a lot of weight in a small amount of time, a lot of these trainees go on crash diets, which can a lot of times be very harmful, but a lot of these trainees are very young and don't have the important education on things like how to lose weight in a healthy manner, so they can do anything to lose weight, like only drinking water for a week or spitting out their spit every day just to be a little more lighter than they already are. And trust me, this is not even the weirdest one I have seen. And if you do these diets for a long period of time, you can develop eating disorders. Eating disorders are a serious type of mental health problem characterized by severe disturbance in eating behavior and other related thoughts and emotions. Typically, people with ED or eating disorders develop an unhealthy obsession with body size, weight, or shape. Eating disorders have been going hand in hand with the K-pop industry for more than a decade now. The only difference is that the K-pop idols are now more open to talk about things like eating disorder just to be a little more relatable to their younger audience. Not only K-pop idols, but ex-trainees have also came out with their stories on how they developed eating disorders, as they had to be careful on what they ate and how much calorie it is, and as they were weighed every day. Yeah, I may forget to mention how they were weighed every day in front of everybody. Plus, a lot of these trainees are really young, and this kind of environment can cause serious mental health problems like depression or anxiety. A major reason on why a lot of trainees quit in their first or second year of training is mainly because of the uncertainty if they're actually going to debut. Like, it might take 10 years, like from Gfriend from Twice, or it might just take a couple of months, like Giselle from aespa. Because of the uncertainty, a lot of people don't think it's worth waiting to debut if they have to go through all of the horrible things I just mentioned. It's sad to think about that companies only debut 20% of their trainees. The other just have to wait until they're that 20%. So I wanted to make this video because I was inspired by this K-pop insider video. I think you all have probably watched it, but basically it talks about how, like a K-pop trainee's life, and I was really inspired by that because I haven't really seen a lot of people covering this topic. And also I have so much respect for K-pop trainees now, just because of how much horrible stuff they go through, as I mentioned in this video, and maybe even worse. I didn't go into a lot of these topics because I do want to cover them more deeply in other videos, so I kind of just told the top layer of it. There's obviously way more, like with the part with body shaming, there's obviously much worse that these trainees have to go through, and I could go in more detail, but I want to just give a slight overview of all of this because, like I said, I do want to cover it in other videos from this series. So I just wanted to make this video for that, and this has to be kind of the conclusion part. And I just want to say that I think every K-pop trainee should be really respected, I think, because their hardships aren't really mentioned on K-pop YouTube, and I think it's as important because a lot of these people are following their dream, and a lot of them don't have their family support because in usually Asian households, a lot of them don't really want their children to be a singer or an actress because it's not really seen as stable jobs or real jobs, if you can say. So I just want to say that I have major respect for a lot of these trainees, judging of how a lot of them might be my age, and imagining me being in their shoes is just really horrible. And I do get that I'm not going to make this big movement to change the K-pop industry and how they work. It's going to be like this, but I hope I can at least make a little people more aware of the things that happen behind the scenes, especially for these trainees. But I know that there might just be more stuff into it, but this is all I could research. And that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment your own opinions about this topic. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on my Instagram. It's at lovetisu. Anyway, thank you so much for visiting my cafe. Hope to see you guys soon again. Bye.